Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Round 5 of the 2018 campaign against Denver. Campaign against Denver here in Denver, Colorado. My name for the Back to Dials Bad Sounds X-Wing stream is Ace Graph.
And my name is Ben Hamer.
Ben Good Sounds Hamer right there. All right, so we have Justin Kresh on the left-hand side, on the top of the board, or the bottom of the board right there with Poe, Fenn, and Wedge Antilles. Jeff Dak Pollmiller with 2 Rhos Squadron Gunboats and Quickdraw on the top of your screen.
Yeah, so these are 2 lists that I'm really excited to see in action, in particular Kresh's list, because it's one that I've been wanting to fly and haven't gotten around to yet. Basically, triple PS11 Rebel Aces, or 2 aces and a pain in the butt. And then we've got the standard quick draw build that you see everywhere lately, and a couple Rhos squadrons actually using the Arsenal loadout title this time.
And push the limit, which I really
and
like.
advance slam, so it moves, slam, push the limit, or move, slam, advance slam to reload, push the limit to target lock, title to shoot.
Exactly. So the way
awesome.
that Jeff uses these Rhos Squadron pilots, I think, is going to spell the difference here between his victory and his defeat, because that push the limit can be really, really effective if it's used well, but since it also leaves those Rhos Squadron pilots stressed, it can be a detriment.
Well, that, and since you effectively have 3 actions a turn as long as one of them is slam, it's almost a trap that you've drawn yourself into by, like, well, I have all these actions, I need to use them all, and then you can end up in a bad position.
Exactly. Knowing when to push the limit and when to not push the limit is going to be crucial right here, but he does have that OS1 Arsenal loadout, so he could move, he can slam, he can then advance slam to reload, push the limit to target lock. And now he's
shooting harpoons every turn.
Exactly. All right, so that first row comes in with a bank to pilot right and a 1 bank slam back to pilot left. A little S curve. It'll be followed by that second row. He's going to advance slam to focus. No push the limit up there. I think that is correct.
Yeah, I mean, totally unnecessary to push the limit at all there. So. Yep. Here's a similar move, slam, advance slam, focus.
Exactly. Now, in terms of list building right here, do you think any of these lists has a particular advantage?
My gut says Kresh, because Poe can strip away those target locks that the gunboats so desperately need.
That's true, but he can't strip away all of them.
Yeah, he definitely can't strip away all of them, but 1 can be enough.
Right.
I think, but, you know, I think this could go either way as I'm seeing it right now. Fenn, Poe stripping away a target lock, and Fenn denying the use of another one, whether they're shooting harpoons or not, can really make it difficult to push damage through on this list, especially with the regen.
Right. So this round, we are giving away some really special stuff. For the first $20 donation that gets in, you get that blue painted fire spray that we showcased before the round began. I don't know if you have a chance, go ahead and pop that up in front of the camera, because this is painted by one of our own Braden Jeffs, fire spray painter extraordinaire. It was used in the 2017 Mandalorian Mayhem at Walker Classic. It's a veteran fire spray, an absolutely singular piece, and it can be yours for the first person to donate $20 to bit.ly/CAC Denver, bit.ly/CAC Denver. All your donations go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And if you miss that fire spray, if you're the second donor, you still get a Quick Draw Lego. Well, it's a Spy Special Forces Lego, but it's Quick Draw. It's Quick Draw.
Make sure that when you send in your donation that you send your receipt to feedback@backtodials.com. Otherwise, we will not see that you made your donation.
Exactly. So in terms of list building right here, do you think that anybody has an advantage off of lists?
Can we back up to the time when you asked that question 10 minutes ago? 2 minutes ago?
Yes, absolutely we can, and that's before I apparently lost all use of my brain.
Yeah,
this is a very sad day here for Back to Dials, where Asa has lost the use of all of his brain, is now speaking about himself in the third person. Here come the Rhos, just slowly moving up the side of the board right there. Non-standard deployment. I really like that. It'll allow him to get some really nice arcs, and if he can leverage those slams and push the limits very effectively, he'll be able to get into some crazy positions that Kresh might not be able to respond to.
Yeah, they are the benefit here for these Rhos is that they're very hard to predict, which is good since they're such low pilot skill that if they were predictable, then a good maneuver from the higher pilot skill plus some repositioning for tweaking at the end could make things really difficult for them. But because they are so unpredictable, if the ace didn't dial in the right initial maneuver, then then they're going to have a hard time.
Absolutely. Now, Justin Kresh is moving his ships up. Yep, he is moving his ships up in a lazy little 3 fast maneuver and keeping them all together.
Yeah, so this is actually a really interesting Fenn Rao build, I just noticed. This is not the standard Flight Assist VI Hot Cop. This is Veteran Instincts Kanan Jarrus and R3A2, which is the stress bot. So that... I'm curious to see how he uses this Fenn, since Fenn can only use either the R3A2 to deal someone stress or his ability to deny them token use. So I'm curious to see when he uses which ability. I
think using that R3A2 on one of those stressed Rhos is probably one of the most killer things that he could do, is double stress one of those guys. So he's got some control there. I think using his other ability against Quickdraw is going to be equally as devastating.
Yeah, especially a Quickdraw with that fire control system and advanced optics, who's depending so heavily on, spent so many points on having double mods all the time, and then
on being able to retain token mods.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So, what are we looking at for targets right here on Justin's side?
Well, I think the first target in Kresh's list is Poe. I tend to always go after the regen ship first, lest you get locked in a duel with a ship who is undoing your damage. I think Poe is probably the first target for Jeff, and I think that for Kresh, he's going to go after Quickdraw first.
And we've got no Lowrick to pull some damage off, so Poe could actually die to some very well-placed harpoons.
Yeah,
Here comes a 3 bank in with that first row. Now, I could have definitely seen, say, a 3 hard slam, advanced slam, push take the focus target lock off of the advanced slam onto Poe. I think he might have been able to get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He could have gotten the target lock, but then I'm not sure he would have actually been in position to shoot after Poe moves. I think he's probably better off. Oh, here's the 3 slam here, 3 straight. So he's looking to come in behind these aces.
I think that's absolutely fair.
Yeah,
he's got to sandwich him.
Yep, definitely. So my question here is, will this row follow, or is he trying to catch them in between? And it looks like he is following.
Now, trying to catch them in between, that doesn't mean that he can't catch them in between row and Quickdraw.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right? With Quickdraw, I'm assuming we're going to see a 2 hard turn come in from Quickdraw this round.
That is what I would do. Yeah, so he's put himself in kind of an interesting spot here, Jeff has, by putting the enemy list behind his gunboats before they've even shot yet. Of course, with the Advanced Slam PTL, they don't have as hard of a time turning around as your standard gunboat build would, but still...
Oh, here comes those aces, those Rebel aces turning hard into the gunboats.
Wow, that is... I don't think Jeff was expecting that.
That's a very good call from Justin Kresh over there.
Yeah. Wow, he predicted that really well, I think.
Taking a boost to put him in range, although that one's going to land him on the rock.
Yeah, so I don't think Jeff was expecting Kresh to call that at all. So we're taking the straight boost instead. Not sure if that'll quite get him into firing range or keep his firing arc, but we'll see once combat starts. Here is a 2 hard from Wedge as well.
And we'll be able to match that boost from the Flight Assist Astromech.
Yeah, I just said the word fligger instead of trigger, which that was
well,
interesting.
I'm glad that I am here then to provide great commentary. Exactly. He's going to actually barrel roll out, I think, a very sound maneuver, considering that Fenn is probably going to follow him.
Yeah, you don't want to accidentally bump your ships into each other. I've definitely had instances where I've bumped my ships into each other when I was expecting Flight Assist to trigger and it didn't. So it's definitely good to plan ahead for that. Yep,
absolutely.
So here's the 2 hard from Fenn, just barely hitting that debris.
Right.
But, you know, stuff happens. Oh, and that was white maneuver, so you can just Kanan it away.
Exactly,
anyway.
and it takes no damage.
Yeah, no damage, Kanan away the stress from it, and still take an action.
Exactly.
If Kresh realizes you can do that, he might not know you can do that, but...
That's all right. All right, so it looks like we do have a shot from Poe out there, the gunboat range 3.
So I see one hit.
Hits.
Yeah, one hit, one focus, which will hocus pocus into 2 hits.
And 2 evades. That gunboat evading all damage. Nothing out there range 3 from Wedge and nothing from Fenn. That's, all things considered, that's fine, I think, for Jeff Dak Pollmiller right there. Now, here's what I want to see going forward in here. That gunboat on the right, take a 2 hard turn, target lock focus. The gunboat on the left, take a 3 straight, 3 hard slam, target lock focus. So we get two sides of that asteroid and not be locked in the same spot. Followed by Quickdraw with a 4 straight or a 3 bank in.
Yeah, I definitely see that working out. I don't know. I think Jeff is probably looking to keep his 2 gunboats together, so I expect to probably see a 2 hard left. But if he does go for the slam around the rock, that would definitely be a very good move on his part.
That would be pretty spectacular, yeah. Now, of course, Jeff might be seeing something that we're not. That always happens. And while Jeff is down there looking at the board and seeing what we don't see, just a reminder to all of you out there listening and watching, if you donate to bit.ly/CAC Denver and send your receipt to feedback@backtodials.com, the first $20 donation or more to this stream during this round will receive a beautiful blue repainted fire spray. Now, this is the entire expansion, the entire Imperial Fire Spray expansion, not just the ship itself. So not only will you get the painted fire spray, but you'll get everything that comes in that kit as well. Adam, if you've got a second, are you able to showcase that? Well, let's do that next round. We'll showcase that fire spray next round if nobody has donated for that. Here comes the 2 hard turn.
Just narrowly missing that asteroid, which is good, although the more he moved that template in, the less narrow it looked. But I had already started the sentence. Checking for a target lock on Wedge, it looks like here.
I think that's the right call, because I think Poe is going to get way too far up to be able to actually fire that missile.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And pushing the limit for a focus. Here comes the other gunboat, following suit, as I suspected. Going for the 2 hard and probably a target lock focus as well, although I don't think he will have Wedge in range here, so it'll be
a slamming.
Yep, so slam, advanced slam, target lock, push the limit, focus.
And if Poe does go quickly, then he might get a block in there.
Yeah, and that not necessarily catastrophic for Poe at this point, with Jeff's target being who it is. But I don't know if that front gunboat there is going to get a shot off on Wedge with a harpoon. Now,
he should have a weapons disabled token right down there next to that gunboat. But in reality, it's a weapons token because
right. But the important thing is that weapons disabled token does show us that it can't shoot at Poe or Fenn.
Exactly.
If something were to go weird and it wouldn't be able to shoot at Wedge.
Everything's weird here.
Yeah. When you're involved, it tends to be.
All right, there's that weapons token on the OS1 Arsenal Loadout gunboat, who can, in fact, shoot at Wedge, because that's who he's got target locked. Here comes... It looks like we're flying in with Poe first.
Yep, so we got a 1 straight from Poe here. So yeah, that back gunboat definitely could have had a harpoon shot if he wanted it here. Although,
well, Poe would have just boosted.
True, yeah, that is
target
true.
Lock and, yeah, so it would have been a futile gesture anyway.
It looks like that target lock's on the front gunboat, but I'm not actually sure. We got a 1 straight from Wedge here. Flight assist will not be able to trigger. So I'm expecting probably a focus or a target lock.
It looks like a target lock. Fenn will probably coordinate him into a focus. It looks like he's going to be focusing all fire on that front gunboat, which I think is absolutely fine.
Yep. Yeah, that's... I mean, pick a gunboat and obliterate it.
Intensify forward firepower.
Yeah, that one. Here comes a coordinate from Fenn onto Wedge, so that Wedge can take a focus. And Quickdraw now is checking range for shootingness.
Yep, he's got the range 3 through the rock at Wedge. He has the range 3 against Poe. I think the range 3 through the rock against Wedge is probably the best shot. Where's he taking it?
I see 2 hits after spending the focus, and that is a
That
shot
looked
against
like
Wedge
range
with
3
4
through the rock.
dice.
Exactly. No damage through. There were a bunch of evades up right there.
Yep, so 3 evades against 2 hits, no damage to Wedge, and all 3 of Kresh's ships will now respond by just pummeling that gunboat into submission.
Right. Now, can they do 7 damage?
It's possible, but I doubt that they will manage to kill it this round. Here's Fenn's shot with 1 hit into that gunboat
And
for 1 evade.
single evade. No damage. Now I think we're probably going to get Wedge here next.
Yep. I mean, either one,
No,
really.
here comes Poe.
So I see spending the target lock to re-roll those 2 blanks. I see 2 hits on the board.
And there's what looks like at least 3 hits.
Yep, so there's Poe's ability to change that focus to a hit. There's 2 more. There is
Oh.
3 hits and a crit into 1 evade on this
So
gunboat.
1, 2, 3 hits in total will take all the shields off of rowboat number 2.
Yep, so that was a really, really good shot. And
Yes, it was.
Wedge now still gets to respond with a double modded, or not respond, but follow up with a double modded shot. Not that he needed that target lock.
He will spend that focus to hit 3 hits into that rowboat. Only 1 evade. That's the best he could possibly do. 2 more damage into rowboat number 2. Now, he is not dead, and that's exactly what Jeff wants as he responds with a harpoon missile.
Yep, yeah, this, I don't know if Wedge is going to make it through this round, now that both harpoons are going into him.
Now, we did see a focus change. We did see a focus change on that one. Trying to remember if he spent his target lock or the focus. We did see a focus change an eyeball on that die. So that is correct right there, what they've got on the board. Here comes the harpoon missile from rowboat number 1. Youchie, there we go. There's a focus for 4 hits onto Wedge. I see only 1.
1 evade.
So 1, 2 shields and 1 hull off of Wedge, plus the harpooned condition.
Yep, so I expect to see Wedge go down here and deal some splash damage onto the rest of the squadron.
Well, here goes Fenn disabling any modifiers from rowboat number 2, and indeed, look at that.
Yep, that worked out well. I forgot that he had that.
Super well. Uh-huh. So he was only able to do 1 total hit right there. Has Wedge rolled his green dice yet?
I don't think we are explaining why that rowboat cannot modify dice. They're explaining Fenn's ability right now.
Exactly. He cannot spend target locks or focus tokens to modify any of his dice.
Yeah, I think it's just cannot spend tokens.
Exactly.
In general,
there is Justin's single evade. Wedge survives with 2 hull versus a 2 hull gunboat. I think Wedge surviving with 2 hull is more valuable than the gunboat surviving with 2 hull in this case.
Yeah, definitely. I think that other gunboat, if Kresh positions himself well into this next round, is going to probably go down. I think Quickdraw will probably take Wedge down in response. Or probably first, since Quickdraw shoots first. But
right. Now, I think what we can see here is some blocking by the rowboat on the left and a jet out front behind those ships from the rowboat on the right to position Quickdraw for a nice side shot if they decide to go straight forward.
Yep, yeah, that definitely seems like a perfectly viable option here. You could also... Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for these gunboats to try and run away to reload since they can still shoot after they reload, so may as well put them in the way while you can.
Absolutely. Now, you know what else is worthwhile? Is donating to cancer research at bit.ly/CAC Denver. And it's worthwhile because it benefits a very good cause of researching ways to cure cancer, this disease that has affected basically everybody here.
Oh yeah, yep. It's and you'll get entered into our raffle for some great prizes.
That's the other reason why it's worth it.
Aside from that, it's just a really good cause.
While they're setting dials, Adam, will you switch over to the room cam, get that blue fire spray up on the screen? I really want to see that. Because that is our prize right now. You will be able to, the first person to donate $20 or more to bit.ly/CAC Denver will receive that. Look at that. Painted by our very own Braden Jeffs of Mandalorian Mayhem fame. This blue fire spray is the entire expansion. So you get everything in the Imperial Fire Spray kit, which includes this amazing modified and repainted blue fire spray
Yeah,
for
that
20
is
bucks, which is
absolutely
less than the
beautiful.
actual fire spray kit. So if you don't have a fire spray, go ahead, donate money to a good cause. Don't give FFG your money. Give it to St. Jude.
Well, all right, FFG might shut us down if we keep saying
FFG's
that.
already got our money because we bought this.
But yeah, that is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, so donate bit.ly/CAC Denver, and if you want to be entered for raffles or if you want to win this fire spray, make sure you send your receipt of your donation to feedback@backtodials.com. Otherwise, we won't see that you donated in order to give you your prize.
Right.
But
All right.
again, oh, here we go. We got a 1 straight from this
Here we go. 1
gunboat.
straight. Is that a bump?
Looks like it does not bump Poe, so we're taking a focus.
Yep, no bump. We're just taking a focus. Keep the target lock on Wedge. Looks like we might follow suit with the 1 straight from this rear robot. Now, is he going to reload?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would. I see no reason not to. You've still got the PTL to take a focus if you need it.
It looks like he is going to go ahead and reload, push limit reload for both of them, actually. So both of them have pushed. Both of them have taken their, or have gotten their harpoon missiles back. They should both have weapons disable tokens, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, not a huge deal in this case.
Yep.
So once again, or not once again, for the first time, I'll say this sentence. So I would expect, probably preemptively seeing this coming, I would have at least turned Poe around with a K-turn or a Talon roll. And I probably would have tried to turn Wedge around here too, although I don't think he would clear a K-turn in this case.
I'm thinking that Wedge might be going in for a bump.
Yeah, go in for a bump on the front one and take a shot at the back one. Definitely not a bad move. And then Fenn will do Fenn things.
Yeah, Fenn can stop the modification from that rear one as well.
Yeah,
So Wedge is really only is worried about Quickdraw.
So we're moving Fenn here first, it looks like. White maneuver to clear that stress with Kanan. And it looks like a 2-1 bank to the direction.
To the direction. A 1 bank in the direction towards Poe, indeed.
So
now,
going for the...
Did Quickdraw take an action right there, or was that missed?
I am not sure. I did not notice.
I don't see any tokens down there. Did he barrel
Could have
roll?
been a barrel roll, but I'm not actually certain.
Might have
I
missed
apologize. I'm curious as to why Kresh has gone for bumping Fenn into his own Poe here. I'm guessing it's to keep his arc where he needs it on each of these ships, but
that is possible.
An interesting
he does
choice.
have the options where he is right now.
But he does lose his ability to coordinate to one of his, to either his Wedge, who is almost certainly going to bump, or his Poe, who is probably going to take a red maneuver here.
Right. Maybe he thought that he would bump anyway.
That could be, yeah, so he was going for the bump that allows him to take a shot still.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
There could be a lot of different things at play here, and that's why I love X-Wing.
Oh, yeah.
There's always something else going on.
Yeah, and I'm really just, I'm fascinated by the versatility of Kresh's Fenn here.
Right.
Where it has, instead of the regular Fenn Rao build where it's the same kind of control on several ships, he's given himself the option for 2 different types of really good control on one ship.
Right.
Depending on which one he needs.
Now, here we have a 3 bank to the left with Wedge. That I was not expecting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the move I would have made, but I get why he did it for sure.
He's trying to get him out.
Yes, absolutely. And this, since Wedge will be turned the other direction, this gives him his Flight Assist Astro boost to get out of the arc of each of those gunboats.
Or barrel roll.
He could also do that. I think the boost would be a better choice to get him some distance on Quickdraw as well.
Right.
But yeah, either option is valid at this point.
Now, this is the second time today that we've seen that Flight Assist Astromech Wedge.
Yes it is. It's a really good for a 31-point ace. I think that's just a really, really good option.
Absolutely.
It still suffers
well, I think
from
when he's paired with other things that could be more threatening, right?
Right. He's really good for the points that he costs, where a lot of your other more kitted out, beefier aces are, especially for rebels, are upwards of 40 points. This 31 points for a hard hitter being a T-65 that does tend to die quickly, you can at least do some decent damage with Wedge's ability before he goes down, and then you don't lose too many points once he's gone.
Exactly. Now here comes Poe with that 4K turn as predicted. I think they're going to be able to kill that 2 health rowboat today.
Yep.
Today? This turn.
I mean, probably today.
Which, by the way, I guess our overlay is incorrect. That row squadron number 2 should have only 2 hull points left.
Yes.
That happened in the very first round of shooting where he took a bunch of hits to the face.
To those of you who couldn't hear Adam ask, wait, when did that happen? That was what that answer was.
Hey, there's a lot of stuff that's happened right here. Looks like Quickdraw might be just out of range of Wedge, but we will be able to take...
really good for Wedge.
Right.
So here's a shot at Poe at, I'm expecting range 3. Yep, range 3.
And
2 evades and auto thrusters.
Now, I honestly would have taken the shot at Fenn right there, because I know I'm not going to get any damage through against Poe.
Yeah.
Range 3 with a focus on auto thrusters
definitely.
and no mods off of Quickdraw.
You can always hope for a miracle when you're shooting against Poe. I get why you would want to take that shot, but Fenn is the easier target. Maybe not the juiciest target, but the easiest. So here we've got, it looks like Fenn shooting range 1 at that almost dead gunboat, and opting to take an R3A2 stress as well. Interesting choice.
I see 2 hits. And it looks like he's going to have to spend that focus to stay alive.
Yep, which he definitely wants to do here, because even if he is going to die this round, that forces Poe to spend his shot there.
Exactly. Now, it is interesting about that R3A2 stress, because even though he's got Kanan, and he can clear it, it means that he won't be able to take any red maneuvers next round.
Well, it also means that he won't be able to use his ability on one of these gunboats, which is what I would have done, since you expect to kill this gunboat anyway. But maybe he's planning for the contingency that it doesn't happen here.
For sure, but there's the kill. A hit and a crit will put that gunboat out of his misery. He did manage to get at least 1 excellent shot off. There's console fire back on the Back to the Isles stream.
Console fire meta.
The console fire meta. For those of you who haven't been watching since round 1, console fire has been a crit in literally every single game that we've seen crits.
In fact, it may have been the first crit in every single game.
It was the first crit in every single game so far. We, in fact, had a double console fire boss at one point.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
I forgot about that.
And we had a brobot die to a console fire.
Yes, we did. This is the console fire meta here, folks. Thank you very much for tuning into the Back to Dials X-Wing stream here at the Campaign Against Cancer in Denver, Colorado, at the Wizard's Chest. Beautiful store. Tons of people packed into the basement right here.
I'm really impressed with how many people they've managed to set up relatively comfortably in this space.
Every time there's a big tournament here, we keep finding new places to put tables.
Yeah, this is the first time. I was not present for CAC last year, but I was definitely surprised, especially with where our setup had to be for commentating for the Extra Life stream. I was very surprised with how well managed the space was.
Right, for sure. Now that rowboat number 1 has not fired yet. I'm assuming he's going to take the only shot available to him. That range 1 at Fenn.
Oh, yeah. Yep, and he... Oh, we missed something. Dials are being set.
Yeah, what did we miss? I'm not exactly sure. Dials are being set. I did not see a shot from row number 1.
We may have been distracted when it happened, but I see no damage put through on Fenn.
Oh, that's right. Oh. They reloaded. Weapons disabled. Of course.
Weapons disabled, and the target lock was on Wedge.
Yeah, hey, watch this.
This just in. Asa and I definitely know how to play X-Wing.
Absolutely. Well, in fairness, they didn't put the weapons disabled tokens out on both of them.
No, they did.
Yeah, you're right. He did. I'm just trying to retcon things to make myself feel better.
Yeah, but this is all going to go up on YouTube later, and then you'll see that we're wrong.
Hey, folks, we've got a donation for $20 from Steven Sire. Thank you very much, Steven. You will receive this fantastic blue... whatever
fire
it is. Blue fire spray. I've been saying blue fire spray literally all day.
It no longer sounds like words. Yeah, thank you for the donation, Sire. Sad you're not here today, but hey, you got a cool fire spray out of it.
And now we will be giving away that Quickdraw Lego kit, the Special Forces TIE Microfighter, to the next person to donate $10. Let's drop that down. Let's get some donations here. bit.ly/CAC Denver to get your donation in.
And send the receipt of your donation to feedback@backtodials.com to make sure we see it.
Exactly. Remember, everything goes to cancer research for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. All right, we've got dials right here. We have a 3 bank from that gunboat right over there. Really just trying to kill Fenn. Damn the stress.
Yeah, yep. I'm expecting a... Well, you mean Wedge.
Yep, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
yep.
We know how to play X-Wing. Yeah, definitely hoping that Wedge went for a left turn here in classic NASCAR style. Oh, and we've made a mistake on the board of picking up the wrong ship. That happens.
Jeff is also an experienced X-Wing player who definitely knows how to play X-Wing. A perfect fit to be on this stream.
If it
right
makes
now.
any of you feel any better, Jeff is a TO.
He was actually on Back to Dials as one of the C3 TOs. Here comes Quickdraw up with a 2 straightforward. I think he's really trying to perhaps block Fenn right there. In any case, get some nice range 1 shots.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by... Did that Fenn get placed back down in the right spot? I thought they marked him on the side, not in the back. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. In any case... It's fine.
It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Adam.
Both players agree. Both players agree on where it is. We're good.
Yep, here comes Fenn doing a 2 hard turn to the left.
As long as both players agree, that's what's important.
Kanan will clear off that R3A2 stress, and he will be able to stop Quickdraw's modifications, because Fenn's ability does work out of his rear arc.
Yes, which is
because somebody
really
thought
important.
That was a good idea
And
at
I
FFG.
forget that all the time. Yeah, so we will... We'll see no damage coming out of that Quickdraw this round, unless he manages to get his X-Wingo box checked off for rolling 3 natural crits. But
didn't Jeff already win though? He already got a bingo, like first round. Here comes Poe.
That is true. Jeff did already win X-Wingo. I don't know if it's still going or if they called it quits after that, but
no, it's still going.
Here's a 1 bank bump from Poe coming in to clear his stress.
Will that be a bump?
Oh yeah.
That's close.
Oh
That's close.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. That's a bump.
That's a bump right there.
Is that a bump?
Oh yeah.
That's a bump. Yeah, that's a bump. Look at you, Ben, being correct.
Yeah, dude, I bump ships all the time. I know what's gonna bump and what's not gonna bump.
Now let's see where Wedge is going. If he predicted that, did a move off to the right?
And it looks like yes.
It looks
like
he
a 2 hard right.
A 2 hard right, probably followed by a flight assist astromech boost, also to the right, or a barrel roll.
I would take the boost, I think, to get myself faced in a better.
He's going to be off the board. The boost is going to take him off the board. So
I would try the boost just to be sure, because if you can manage to get in the right angle, then you're able to take a formality checking the arc for the flight assist.
For sure.
But yeah, you'd be able to then at least take a K turn and get back into the fight easier. But
exactly.
Nope, going for the barrel roll. Yeah, I think the boost wouldn't have made it. I think they see that. Going for a barrel roll right and pretty much the same position where he was. Locked himself into a hard turn for next round, I think, but that's okay. What I'm worried about, well, worried for Kresh, is that he may have barrel rolled himself into range 2 of Quickdraw, making him a little easier to hit.
Oh, I doubt that. Because here comes Quickdraw's shot against what looks like Fenn. Fenn has stressed himself, which means Quickdraw's firing. It looks like he's taking the range 1 shot against Fenn himself.
Yep, and unmodified
for nothing. But that fire control system will re-trigger.
Yep.
Look at that. 1 of 8 off of 0.
That is one
damage
very evasive
from
Fenn.
Yep. No damage into Fenn.
And here we see the only shot from Kresh's side, a range 1 from Fenn onto Quickdraw, which is going to...
Lightweight frame will be able to trigger and allow him to roll an extra die. He spent that focus for 3 days. Focus.
I almost would have just let the 1 damage go through and take a revenge shot.
Because you could get Wedge with that.
Yeah,
and he's already stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could fire at Wedge with that.
Yeah, and it would have been target lock focus if you didn't use the fire control system on
fire
Fenn.
Control looks like it's still on Poe right now. He might not have moved it.
Whose target? What is this red target lock floating off in the ether?
That is on Wedge, but that is the Gunboats target lock.
Oh, okay. yeah, then yeah. But it would have been a well-modified shot against Wedge. I think I just would have let it happen.
Yeah, me too.
That's like the ideal scenario where you're plinking shields off of Quickdraw one at a time.
Right.
Yeah, I would have let it happen. But, you know, it's perfectly valid also to just want to keep her alive longer.
Exactly. This is not our game. We're just yammering over the top of it.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's easy to say, oh, I would have done this, but we're not the ones at the table winning games, so...
Exactly. So, this gunboat right over there, where do you think that guy's going to go?
He could do one of two things. He could try to take a hard turn right and slam inward, trying to get a shot off, or he could go off to the left, slam away, and try to get turned around over there and come back into the fight from afar.
Sure, I mean,
which I would probably do in order to keep yourself from getting range controlled and to not getting those harpoons off again.
Right. So what I'm seeing right here is probably going to be a 2-bank to the right, 2-hard slam.
Yeah,
then he
I could
advance
see
slam
that.
For a focus.
I could see that. I could see him going off to the left as well and trying to come in from the top of the board.
Right.
Which is probably what I would do, but I don't fly gunboats too much.
Well,
here's
here comes
the 2-bank.
The 2-bank to the left.
To the right.
Well, whatever. Yeah.
I said left.
To the right.
Asa knows how to speak English, guys.
Well, okay, I just don't know what directions are. I know how to play X-Wing, and I can
direction
speak English.
is a way in which you go. And here's the 2-hard slam, just as Asa predicted.
With the advanced slam right over there. Putting down that weapon's disabled token so that we, in theory, will know if he doesn't shoot somebody else.
Yeah, even though it was, it was a thing. It was a thing that happened.
Quick draw doing what looks like a 2-hard turn, maybe? Or is that a 2-bank?
We're marking Poe. It looks like a 2-bank to me, which I'm not sure will clear Fenn there, but we'll see.
They're going to try. It's a 3-bank.
Oh, a 3. Really trying to get up on that wedge. All up on that wedge.
He also might bust into Fenn right there, block that guy.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, there's the 3-bank from Quickdraw, getting our ships back down on the board. Poe is taking a spill off of his base. While they're resetting their ships up, I'll go ahead and reiterate again that we are here in support of the campaign against cancer.
Right.
If you'd like to donate to this cause, go ahead and go to bit.ly/CACDenver, and if you want to be entered for prize raffles, send your receipt to feedback@backtodials.com.
Right, now we just got a message from the chat. Heads up, Fenn does shut down tokens for the entire round. So both Quickdraw's revenge shot and his initial shot are actually going to be shut down.
I forgot about that little detail.
That's what I get for never flying Fenn.
Yeah, that's what I get for never flying Quickdraw, except for that one time when I took all of Quickdraw's shields off of my own with a badly placed bomb.
Well done, buddy.
Look, I was determined to make Death Rain work, and she wouldn't.
Well done. Quickdraw is contemplating a barrel roll. I think that a barrel roll off to his pilot right is not going to be a bad idea, and that is exactly what he does. Wedge could indeed hard turn out of there and boost with that flight assist astromech. He's trapped now.
Definitely, yeah. But he can at least try to get a shot off with simultaneous fire.
Right.
Which wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, so it looks like we are trying to decide what order to maneuver these ships in, or Kresh is trying to decide. We don't really have to decide anything.
Here comes Wedge with a 3-hard turn. Now that won't be in arc, so he will be able to flight assist astromech, boost out. Boost out a Quickdraw at least.
It did forget to flip a dial, but I did notice Kresh looked at his dial and then did the maneuver without flipping it. But
yep. Now is he going to boost out? I believe so. He's taking that complimentary arc check, which means that he's probably going to attempt that boost.
Yep. Yeah. So I think
there it is.
Yep. There's the straight boost, which looks like it pulls him out of arc.
Now, does it pull him out of range of that nasty harpoon?
I doubt it. I highly doubt that.
Now, Jeff's been trying to get that harpoon off for 3 turns now.
Yeah, and looks like he'll finally have the opportunity here.
With just over half time left in the round, Justin is definitely up.
Yeah, and he's also, even if Jeff does get this harpoon off, he's going to get Fenn into position to deny those token uses.
But he is going to get a juicy shot with Quickdraw.
Yeah, Yeah, but I think he'll pull it out. I think he'll figure it out. I don't know.
We shall see.
We'll see. And we just took a focus onto Fenn himself, not bothering to coordinate to anybody. Looks like a Talon roll from Poe to the right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Poe has been almost completely ignored this round, and he has that advanced optics focus and the target lock in from... that is actually Quickdraw's target lock, but he has that advanced optics focus laid in, so he basically has free run of the board right now.
Yeah, and I think that's really going to come back to bite Jeff if he gets caught in a duel with only Poe.
He's been focusing on Wedge so hard because that's what he has to do. He's got to take that ship off the board.
Yeah, and it's just not working out for him. Kresh has been flying really well, keeping him out of certain arcs.
And keeping Fenn really, really annoying.
Yeah, absolutely, as the Fenn do. Here's the range 1 shot onto Fenn from Quickdraw. I see nothing.
I see blanks.
Oh, I see one hit.
One hit.
Spending the focus to take no damage.
Indeed. Yep, he's going to pull that off of Poe and put it back onto Fenn.
Makes sense to me.
Now if Poe if Poe hits Quickdraw with a range 3 shot, but he's not going to, he's going to fire the gunboat.
Yep, yeah, I would do that same thing. Looks like a lot of paint. Poe's ability for 2-3 hits.
And I see 1, 2 evade, or 1, 2, 3 evades if he uses the focus.
And he is...
2 evades plus a focus. He did not spend the focus.
Oh.
He's taking 1.
All right.
Now, Fenn's just going to stop that focus from going. Why?
Yeah, I would have just spent it.
Yeah.
Yep, so it looks like Fenn is also taking a range 3 shot out the rear here.
For
or range 2
hit
shot, sorry.
At range 2, there's the 1 evade. The rowboat takes no damage.
Now the rowboat does have that harpoon shot on Wedge right now, and Fenn is, of course...
The tokens. Yep. Now this could be a really good natural shot.
Or it could be a single crit. Which still could kill Wedge if he rolls blanks. He does have a focus here. I see 1 evade.
There's the 1 evade. There's the 1 evade. I mean, that Fenn Rao has absolutely been destroying Jeff right here.
Yeah, definitely. With these...
Definitely.
Never mind. I just don't even want to say it anymore.
With the hindsight being 50-50 and all, that probably should have been the first target.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always tough to decide between the regen ship and Fenn, but Fenn goes down really fast to focus fire, and then you can
actually put damage through on the regen ship, right?
Yeah, exactly. Dial's getting set.
Dial's being set down right here. I think Poe's just gonna, it doesn't really matter which direction he comes in. He's gonna be slow. It's gonna be green. He's gonna get a shot. That rowboat. Probably taking another maybe 3 bank into his right. Reloading, push the limit to focus.
Yep. Definitely.
The push limit has been very, very nice.
Yeah, it's worked out really well, or at least it would have if Fenn didn't exist. We should see a little bit of board cleanup here to remove that focus and weapons disabled token from that gunboat, but they'll figure it out.
He's going to get him back next round, so...
They'll figure it out.
Yep, well, there we go. There we go.
They can hear me.
Or
just Adam said something. I don't know.
We tried so hard to keep this boost sound. It's way over on the other side, so they cannot hear us.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes the gunboat. Where are we going? That's actually a little bit slower than I was thinking, but it's still just a 2 straight maneuver. If Wedge goes out very quickly, he could actually take nothing right here. But here's a slam. Here's a 2 hard slam.
Welcome to the jam.
Or 2 bank slam.
And, of course, with the way advanced slam works, he can bump off of his slam maneuver and still get an action with advanced slam and then push the limit off of that action.
Yes, he can.
I forgot about that interaction until right now. Yep, determining the angle of the ship here because it does bump into Fenn.
Yep.
Advanced slam action, I'm assuming.
Looks like
maybe
he's
not. Maybe we
There's
don't know about this
taking
one.
a 2 hard turn out to pilot left.
Yep, using a handy little trick to line it up in the center of the ship base on the side. In the event that it is way too hard to use your guides.
In tight spaces. Which this is. This is a tight space.
Oh, yeah.
Now Wedge might still get the shot off on Wedge with those harpoon missiles.
Yeah,
but actually no, he wasn't. He didn't reload. He wasn't able to reload.
Oh yeah.
Here comes a straight maneuver from Poe.
Clears away that stress. Regen one of his shields that isn't gone.
Good Lord. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if they could
stack up?
If you could stack up an infinite stack of shields?
Miranda would be even more broken.
And taking the target lock against Quickdraw.
Yeah, I think this is his best opportunity to start taking damage off of Quickdraw when his only revenge or her only revenge shots are going to be two dice. Oh my god, I'm tired.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Now, though, that will be some shots probably against Fenn.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting here. I think Wedge has proven himself too hard to kill while Fenn is around.
Right.
Which,
so there's the weapons disable token for the slammed Rhos.
Yes.
Yeah, Wedge has just been running, and Jeff absolutely taking the bait right here. Once Wedge started running, I think the best decision would have been to attack Fenn.
Yeah, here we have a 4K turn from Wedge. It's really interesting, actually. When usually a Rebel's bait ship is Poe with that regen, where you can take a few shots and run away, but I don't even know if Kresh planned on Wedge being the bait here, but it worked out that way for sure.
Absolutely it did. Fenn just moving one straight forward. He's going to be able to knock down Quickdraw. Knock down Quickdraw's shots.
Yeah, definitely a good position to be in for Fenn here. That Gunboat is taking a range 1 shot onto Fenn when it gets around. Fenn takes a focus here for his action. Yeah, that Gunboat will be getting a range 1 shot, but that's way less.
Well, no, the Gunboat does not have a
target
shot
lock on Fenn. Isn't that target lock on Fenn?
No, the target lock is out on Wedge from the Gunboat.
Oh, so a range 3 out on...
He doesn't have his harpoon missile. And he's slammed,
so his weapon is disabled. Is it only ordnance you're able to shoot off with?
Missiles and torpedoes.
Okay.
There's Quickdraw firing at Fenn. Out the rear, of course, he got no modifications, but he still took 1 shield off. So Fenn is down to no shields.
And it looks like we will be seeing a range 3 shot from Wedge here onto that rowboat. And I see 1 hit into 1 evade at least.
So there is no damage from, or no damage against the row. That particular row has been holding out pretty well.
Yeah, very resilient.
Very resilient indeed, but he's unable to actually take any shots.
Like
Here comes
Fenn is taking a range 1.
Rear shot onto the row. He will probably focus right there, get 3 hits. Or just 2 hits in the lane. Nope, that's 3 hits. We did see it correctly the first time. 1 evade, and the rest of the shields on the Rhos Squadron veteran will be taken off.
And it looks like up next we'll have a possibly range 1 shot from Poe onto Quickdraw here.
That looks like range 1 to me.
Looks like we're checking arc to take that.
For the row.
I honestly think this is the best opportunity to shoot against Quickdraw when the revenge shot can't be modified. Although it's possible that they don't know that that revenge shot isn't allowed to be modified.
It is possible. That's kind of a hidden thing. But here comes. It looks like 3 dice against that row, and he's going to spend his focus and take the range shot at row. Get 3 hits.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
I see 1 evade, 2 more hits against the row.
Yeah, that rowboat's in a bad way. Immediately after we discussed how resilient it has been.
Well, I mean, it's been rolling a bunch of evades, right?
Rolling.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Ben. It's been rolling a bunch of evades, so it has been pretty resilient, taking much more fire than it might have.
Yeah, than it should by right.
Right, than it should by right. But at the same time, like, it's only got 2 hit points left. Poe and Fenn, like, 2 out of 3 of Kresh's ships could easily put it down. And then it's QDV the world, and that's not a game that Jeff, I think, can win.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any ship I would like to have on the Imperial side against the world, it would be
Vader.
Quickdraw. Quickdraw.
Vader.
Quickdraw. Quickdraw.
Vader.
Quickdraw.
Vader.
Quickdraw.
Vader.
Quickdraw.
Vader 100%.
Quickdraw.
So
Asa, if Vader is so much better, why is Quickdraw the choice in most of the top tier Imperial lists right now?
Because people don't know how to fly Vader.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know how to fly Vader. And Vader's not as good in a turret heavy meta. Quickdraw is a lot better.
Yeah, so I'd rather have Quickdraw. Anyways,
speaking of Quickdraw, we do have a... Well, Icarus Rising in the chat says soon tier fell. Actually, I agree with that.
I don't know.
We have a Lego Special Forces tie, Quickdraw shaped. One might even say it is the same ship as Quickdraw. That Special Forces tie available for you if you donate at least $10 right now before this round is over. You got 27 minutes. Actually, probably got less because I don't think this round is going to go to time. Before this round is over, donate at least $10 to bit.ly/CAC Denver and send your receipt to feedback@backtothedials.com. Be sure to send your receipt to feedback@backtothedials.com and you will receive the Lego Special Forces tie, as well as our eternal gratitude for helping us win this fight against cancer. Now, how can Jeff sort of put himself back in this game right now?
Well, he could get down on his knees and beg for a do-over. But that's a very rude thing to say. So no, I think he could still definitely pull this out. Honestly, he's got a full health Quickdraw here still. If he can get her turned around in an advantageous position. With that advanced optics, she does have both a focus and a target lock right now, which is the best time.
But she can't use any of them because it's Fenn.
Right, unless she can get out of his arcs, which is entirely possible when Fenn doesn't have that flight assist Astro to help him. I think if he can get turned around and if he can get back on the right target, if he can get a really good shot against Wedge here when Fenn can't interfere with it, I think that could really help him out.
Absolutely. I mean, he's got to take Wedge. He's sunk so much into Wedge at this point that I definitely think that he needs to end that game. Here comes a 3 hard slam. I think that's
reasonable.
That's a good call. Yeah, he's gaining some distance. He might be able to come around to a position where Fenn might not be able to bother him. Advanced slam to focus, no push the limit from that.
Yeah, so I think if he can take Wedge down here...
Okay, he probably did push the limit to reload.
Oh, yep, that makes sense. Yeah, I think if he can take Wedge down here, then Kresh's list doesn't have a ton of damage left. Poe is a very consistent shooter, but Fenn doesn't really bring much damage to the table along with him. He's very irritating defensively, but...
But Fenn is still behind that gunboat with only 2 damage left on him.
Yeah, which could... I mean, with a really lucky roll and a really unlucky roll from Jeff, it could be the end.
Absolutely. That harpoon condition, by the way, should be over there on Wedge. He's the one that got hit by the missiles earlier in this round. Wonder why Fenn's moving a little bit early, but it looks like they just figured that out. Here comes a sloop from Quickdraw. He'll get behind Poe right there. He'll be able to take a shot or two.
Yeah, so, yeah, this is what I was saying. I think this is really the best opportunity for Quickdraw to be turning around. Here is Poe with what looks like a 2 hard left.
Yes. I honestly think that's great.
Yeah, that's
you can't let
a really
Quickdraw
good
get behind you.
Poe.
I think between Fenn and Wedge, Kresh believes, and I think he's correct, that he might at least be able to put that Rhos Squadron veteran out of his misery. And then Poe can strip the shields off of Quickdraw, so there aren't any surprises coming back, right?
Because if there's any ship that you are kind of okay with taking the revenge shot from Quickdraw, it's Poe who can regen those shields back.
So this is why we didn't see Kanan Jarrus come off with... Kanan Jarrus is... this is why we didn't see Kanan Jarrus used on the 2 hard turn from Fenn. He is using it now on the 4 straight white from Wedge. So he's now able to check for range. Check for range and arc on Quickdraw. If not, he's able to, look at that, he's going to boost straight in. Going to be able to double up on this Quickdraw shot, get his shields off all in one go. That's a very smart maneuver from Justin. And I think that's one of the reasons why he's on top right now.
Yeah, definitely. Not a bad move. Still have the standard action focus coming from Wedge as well.
Right.
Quickdraw's got a lot of heat coming her way right now.
But here comes Quickdraw's shot, shooting Poe at range 1 with absolutely, like, very, very, very little there. 1 hit.
And 2 evades from Poe.
No damage in, not even for his trouble. But there goes the fire control system onto Poe. He'll be able to take the revenge shot fully modified.
Yes, so here we have... one of Kresh's ships. They can shoot in whatever order they like. Let's see who's next.
Now, it does look like that rowboat is in a good position to two or three hard turn, and maybe get a shot on Wedge next round if he survives. But at the same time, Justin Kresh has a lot of options to kill him first by pilot skill.
Yeah.
And here comes Wedge in with 2 hits against Quickdraw at range 3.
Yep, so Quickdraw here will have 2 dice and then 1 from lightweight frame.
No, he'll just have 3 dice because it's range 3.
But it's Wedge.
Oh, that's right. Yep. So it's 2 plus 1. Well, technically 1 plus 1, and then plus 1.
Yeah.
So lightweight frame should be able to trigger right there, but he is taking 1. So that is actually an okay decision by Jeff. He's going to shoot Poe right back with a range 1 shot. That's looking a little bit better. Able to spend his target lock on those 2 blanks. I see 1, 2, 3. There's an evade. What do we got right there? Looks like 3 hits and a crit. Let's put those in the dice box, please. Thank you very much, Jeff. Yep, we got 3 hits and a crit, so all Poe shields are gone.
Yep, to be regened later. Unfortunately, he did not manage to bite into Poe's hull here.
Right. And there's Poe back with a range 1 target lock focus shot of his own.
I see 3 hits and a blank.
We got 1. Oh, that is not what Jeff wanted. If he was able to maintain at least 1 shield, that would be a good position for Quickdraw to be in, but he stripped both of them off.
Yep, which is really unfortunate for the coming
Absolutely.
rounds. This also gives Poe the opportunity to just never take a target locked shot, or never get shot with a target lock again, as he can just boost away, and there won't be second shots coming at him all round.
Right. Here comes Fenn into the rowboat, range 2. He is going to use R3A2 and double stress. Looks like nothing. Just 2 focuses. No damage. Not a nix. All right, and we are going to go back to dials. That rowboat probably just going to come in with a 2 hard or a 3 hard. Doesn't really matter. They're both white. He still has the target lock on Wedge, so he'll be able to fire off his harpoon missile, assuming he gets range.
Yeah.
What about Quickdraw there?
Quickdraw is in an interesting position. She can, with a well-placed... So the thing to think about is that she moves before both Poe and Wedge. So a 1 bank, which is what you would ideally want to do here, isn't going to work. How
about a 2 bank?
You could take a 2 bank here to clear away that stress from the sloop, right? Those are green?
Right.
Yeah. And potentially even get a double tap shot where you take a front arc shot on Wedge and a back... I think so.
Let's find out, as you discuss.
But yeah, so with a 2 bank, if you position correctly and depending on where Wedge and Poe end up, she could end up with a range 1 front arc shot on Wedge and forego the extra die to take a probably range 2 back arc shot on Poe afterward.
The 2 banks are white on the Special Forces tie,
okay.
But is that all right?
I think it could be all right if you think that Jeff thinks that he can get the double tap off here,
right?
Or not necessarily double tap, but because they're not against the same target. But
but the 1 and 1, right?
Yeah.
And
Looks
there's
like
a hard turn from the gunboat. Looks like a 3 hard. You know, absolutely bog standard. Trying to get in close, trying to get some range.
Trying to get arc is the
exactly.
The
well,
tough
arc
thing
and
for
range.
sure.
That's the die factor right there. Now, Quickdraw is just doing a 1 straight. Looks like bump. Clear that stress. That's totally fine. He'll probably still have a shot at Wedge. Perhaps trying to block a K turn if Wedge decided to do something real cheeky.
Yeah, expecting Quickdraw to move fast. We got a 1 bank from Poe here. Looks like that will bump. May not. That
looks
may
like
fit.
They're slotting it in. Might clear. Oh, yeah, that looks like it's going to clear.
That's actually kind of unfortunate for Poe, because this means a range 1 shot from Quickdraw out the back for that double shot.
He could boost away, though, shed that target lock.
Yeah,
there
definitely
he goes.
Boost away to shed the target lock. And Poe did also regen a shield off of that.
Yes,
so
he did.
That'll be not terrible.
And he takes his focus back that he spent. a couple rounds ago. There's Fenn coming in with a 3
No,
bank.
he had the focus. That was on optics. He used his
that's
boost
right.
action, remember? He just boosted.
He's spent his focus a couple rounds ago.
And regained it last turn.
it. Yes. No, I know.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
I know.
Anyway,
no
you're
barrel
wrong.
roll available from Fenn right there, so he's not actually able to get arc on that poor little rowboat right there. So I think the robot's going to finally get his coveted harpoon shot.
Oh yeah. Yep, this will be rough on someone. I'm not sure who yet, but someone.
I think it's going to be rough on Wedge. I also think it's going to be rough on Quickdraw.
Yeah, this is looking to be in Kresh's favor right now. I think that both Wedge and Quickdraw will probably go down here.
Can we get a confirmation how many hull Quickdraw has left? I thought he only still had 3 hull, just the shields were all gone.
Yeah, I think you're correct there, but
Can we get a confirmation from the table how many hull left on Quickdraw?
thank you for joining us here at the Back to Dials Console Fire podcast in Denver at the Campaign Against Cancer at the Wizard's Chest.
Quickdraw is going to take 1 shot out the front and 1 shot out the back, 3 out the back. Can we get confirmation from the table how many hull on Quickdraw?
All right, here's the attack out the back at Poe at range 1. I see 2 hits, and I see 1 evade.
So Poe's regen shield will just pop right back off.
And it looks like the fire control system will apply to Wedge here, and Wedge will take a response shot into Quickdraw at range 2.
Yep, I guess we'll be able to see how many hull on Quickdraw. He's going to spend that target lock. Of course, reroll just about everything.
Ooh, that
Blanks
is not
into
what
blanks.
you want.
Ouch! It's possible that Wedge could die without getting any retaliation kills. Nothing off of Fenn. So here comes the harpoon into Wedge. There's that shot that Jeff's been waiting for. He has to target lock. That's not great, but...
Yeah, unfortunately, still no focus to use here, but that is 3 hits. I see some paint.
He takes 2. He'll be able to flight assist off that integrated, and there's no crit, so he is not going to take the harpoon damage.
Yes, so that's probably the best he could have hoped for, short of blanks and blanks from the gunboat. But
right.
Yeah, that
now Wedge is double harpooned. We did see a double harpoon ship last round, didn't we?
Yeah, and it resulted in some pretty spectacular splash damage. All right, and we are setting dials here.
So we did get confirmation. Quickdraw does have 2 hull left. Thank you very much.
All right, we must have missed something.
1 damage somewhere there.
Yeah.
All right, so that gunboat right there will not be able to reload. So
right,
I think his best option is just to come forward, try to get some shots. 2
try
straight.
to do a 1 forward, and
I think a 2 straight. Keep some distance between him and Fenn.
True.
Because that 2 straight's still going to give him the cleared stress.
That is true, but a 1 straight keeps your arc a little wider, depending on.
I don't think, but in order to catch Wedge, I don't think he needs to keep his arc super wide.
Yeah, that's true.
And
all
there
right.
he goes indeed. 2 straight.
Got a 2 hard from Quickdraw. Ooh, excuse me.
Might block a short maneuver from Wedge. Now, if Wedge does explode in close proximity to Quickdraw, Quickdraw is going to explode too, and then it's just Rhos versus the world. That's not great.
Yeah, that is not what you want.
Absolutely not. He will focus, however. Now, while they are moving, remember, $10 donated to bit.ly/CAC Denver will get you a Special Forces TIE Lego Microfighter. Special Forces TIE Lego Microfighter is pretty cool, and it's yours for only $10 donated to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
That's right. So, and make sure that you send the receipt of your donation to feedback@backtodials.com.
Correct. Feedback@backtodials.com. There's Wedge with a K-turn.
Yeah, not a bad position to be in. Taking a shot from Quickdraw,
I would
but
like to keep him close to Quickdraw right there.
Yeah,
You know, just bait that harpoon kill.
Yeah, that's valid, but at least this way, he's getting a shot at Quickdraw before he dies.
He might be able to kill him anyway, right?
Yeah. So Quickdraw will still kill Wedge, but I think he'll get a shot back. And
There's
yeah,
Quickdraw,
so we are
range 3. Fenn is, well, okay, Quickdraw looks like he's going to fire at Wedge. Fenn is going to disable the use of all modifiers here.
Yep, so this could...
Now, I think it's about time for Quickdraw to roll nicely.
Yeah, but, you know, whenever you need a good roll, you'll get garbage. Looks like we're taking a range 2 shot at...
There's a nice roll, though.
Ooh, and
Wedge is going to go down.
Wedge will go down, but because of simultaneous fire, Wedge will still shoot
Unless
back.
that crit is a blinded pilot, we do have to draw
that's
that.
True. Yep, so let's see what that crit is.
We have a hit. The crit
Looks like...
is a major explosion, which could go off into a blinded pilot.
Yeah, it went off.
It goes off. Direct hit.
hit.
So Wedge is extremely dead, but he's still going to be able to fire.
He's dead, but not blind.
Now, he can't... I'm not sure why Quickdraw did not fire the forward arc shot as
Yeah,
well.
to take a shot at Fenn as well.
Yep.
I would have.
So there are 2 evades
And
from the
Quickdraw
lightweight
lives
frame
another
Quickdraw.
day.
Indeed, he does.
She
does. Whatever. Here comes Fenn Rao firing range 3 against somebody. Doesn't really matter. They evaded it anyway, and we go back to dials because it does not look like Poe has a shot. Wedge is super dead. Oh, and he also took 2 more damage from that harpoon.
From the harpoons.
So what's that? He took a major explosion. That's the one hit, right?
Oh, well, no, because he
took one
died,
hit.
so it doesn't... The damage to yourself doesn't trigger
that's
because he
true,
died.
that's
It's 2
true.
separate triggers.
I guess that's true. But let's think for a second, right? Let's imagine. In which he took 1 hit to kill
Play
him.
in the space
He then
a
took
little.
a crit. He then took a direct hit and 2 more damage. He died twice over.
Oh, poor Wedge. He can survive 3 movies, but he can't survive a game of X-Wing.
But Wedge didn't die the last time we saw him, did he?
No, he did.
He did. It was that Ewing.
Yeah.
It was that Ewing. That was great. That was a hell of a game.
Yeah, that
Wedge
was a
did
blast.
die.
I mean,
All right.
everything's been a hell of a
Everything
game.
really has been a hell of a game. Justin Kresh still on top here. He has lost Wedge Antilles, but he is 1 point ahead of Jeff. If this game ended right now,
Yeah,
he would
and
still come out
honestly,
ahead.
by not killing Quickdraw with that Wedge shot, Kresh is in a harder position now. His Poe is pretty far away from the fight and has to do some work to get back.
Was that a range 1 shot into Wedge?
No.
No, that was just a range 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the harpoons didn't go off onto Quickdraw. We just got a message in the chat. There's a 2 straight, clear the stress, 2 hard, slam, and I'm guessing we're going to see a reload, push the limit. Well,
No, just an advanced slam.
push the limit, target
focus,
lock,
target
focus.
lock. So no reload
No
here.
reload off of there from what I can tell. It looks like he's target locking reload.
Okay. Yep,
There
that
we
makes
go.
sense.
That's what we want to see. Get that double weapons super disabled, but not, because that is a gunboat with the OS-1 assault title. Now,
All right.
Quickdraw coming in right up here with a 2 straight. I think that's a very good maneuver. Just get straight up into Fenn's face.
Yeah, right up into his stupid, annoying Mandalorian face.
Fenn Rao puts the man in Mandalorian.
If I were Kresh here, I kind of would have tried to foresee that and just go for a bump into Quickdraw with
Yeah,
Fenn.
probably. But it looks like he just did 2 straight forward. We'll have a bloody battle right here.
Yeah, this will be interesting to say the least.
Right, and here's the thing: if Fenn is out of range of that gunboat, he might not be able to stop that harpoon shot if it happens. But Poe can just boost Poe can just boost and strip that target lock. Never mind. Or just do this and do a range 1 shot anyway and kill it before it can fire.
He can do both.
That works too.
He can just do both.
He's Poe Dameron. Poth. That was really bad. I'm sorry. I rarely apologize for my terrible jokes, but that one was really bad. I do apologize. We have 7 minutes remaining in this round. 7 minutes and 15 seconds. And here comes Poe's target locked focused shot.
Yeah, looking to just really kill the absolute crap out of that gunboat.
Oh, yeah. If Fenn also rolls well,
this could be the final round.
This could be it, but Quickdraw's rolling first. Doesn't need...
Ooh.
Look at that. Absolutely natural. That is 3 hits and 1 crit against Fenn. This could kill him. No evades. That's a dead Fenn Rhos.
I would have taken
Fenn Rhos.
I would have taken a focus with Fenn there if I were Kresh. I don't know why. I don't know why the target lock.
Good lord, that's a dead Fenn Rhos. What a shot!
Man, that is brutal.
I mean, in fairness, Jeff's red dice have been rolling absolute blanks.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: there's 6 minutes left. 6 minutes 30 seconds left. If Poe does not kill this gunboat and Jeff just runs, this could still be his game. Oh no! And there's 1 evade. That's all that he needs, assuming that none of these are direct hits.
What do we got?
It's a damaged engine.
Oh,
it's still going to be
man.
rough. It's still going to be rough. But there's only 6 minutes left in this round.
Well, here's Fenn's simultaneous shot back, at least, at Quickdraw.
He will use that target lock. This might hurt Quickdraw. Lightweight frame's got to get paint. He does not. That should be 3 hits, and Quickdraw dies.
Is that 3 hits? Yes.
It looks like 3 hits to me. He's pulling Quickdraw off, so, that was 3 hits.
All right.
Some really excellent rolls right there, sending it back and forth. This has happened a lot today.
Oh,
this
yeah.
happened a lot today, and I absolutely love it. Now, it's just Rhos versus Poe. Now, the Rhos has a range 1 target lock shot.
Yeah.
Something could happen.
Yeah.
I'm holding out hope, Ben. I'm holding
go
out
Rebels.
hope for a great,
Go Rebels.
interesting game. Go Empire. That's why we work well together. We collectively cancel out the bias of this stream.
It's true.
Can we all just agree? Screw scum.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Did you see the quadruple jump master list that's been...
I did, and then I looked away because I didn't want to.
What is happening? Kresh, what are you doing? Hat pinning, sorry.
And that Rhos could not take a range 1 shot against Poe right there
because we forget how weapons disabled works a lot.
We forget how OS1 works. It's just secondary weapons. We will take a 2 hard slam.
Not
now,
just
that
secondary,
damaged
just
engine
weapons.
is going to give him a stress right there, so he's not going to be able to take the advanced slam. Because that damaged engine does work off of the
and his first maneuver
maneuvers.
was actually also a hard move.
No,
so
it was a green 2-bank right.
Was it?
Yeah,
okay.
green 2-bank right, white hard left slam. And there's Poe's Talon roll. Anticipating a maneuver like that almost exactly.
Yep. Yeah, this is going to be a fairly decent shot from Poe, I expect.
Right.
Only 1 hull left on that Rhos squadron, so it's going to have to be a Christmas miracle for the Rhos squadron to survive here.
A Christmas miracle.
Christmas miracle in April. What month is it?
Miracle in April. Poe Dameron will take a range 2 shot on that gunboat. That gunboat's got no tokens to defend himself with, so let's see if with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this round, the game will be over.
And
with Poe,
I see 1 hit.
1 hit, that's all he needs, though.
I see 1 evade.
Is that 1 evade, or is that a focus?
Oh,
that's
no,
the game.
that's
it's
it.
Just 1 focus. Congratulations to Justin Kresh triumphing over Jeff Dak Pollmiller here. The 5th round of the campaign against cancer in Denver, Colorado. We still have a lot of prizes to get through. The raffle prize, the main raffle prize for the T70 X-Wing print. Still available. Will be raffled off at the end of round 6. Donate to bit-ly/CAC Denver. Send your receipt to feedback@backtodials.com. Every $10 will get you a ticket towards that. Now, go ahead. We're going to come right back with round 6 here in a few minutes, but check out this prize promo to get a look at that for the Back to Dials podcast. My name is Asa.
My name is Ben.
And we'll see you in a few minutes in round 6.